G'day everyone, welcome to Tough Team. We've got Mel in today to talk a little bit about her fitness journey and some of the things that she's doing. So Mel, you're looking to compete very soon. What was it that led you to wanting to compete?
I actually wanted to do a fitness comp like about 15 years ago, to be honest. But I lived in Geraldton and it's not so easy to get coaching and people that know how to prep you for comps up there. So I was training then, but yeah, never ended up doing a comp. So moved to Perth later, long story short, and yeah, I was looking for a gym that did this sort of thing and came across you guys, and here we are.
When you were training in Geraldton, what sort of training were you doing that was making you think about wanting to do a bikini comp?
So my cousin was a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
so I guess he was already kind of in that industry, so he sort of got me into weight training. I used to be really skinny when I was like 20 years old. I was all of 43 kilos and I wanted to put on some size, but I didn't want to obviously get, fat. I wanted to get shape. So yeah, so I started kind of training him, so just doing very old school bodybuilding kind of training, and yeah, so I guess he sort of mentioned, comps and things like that, so that's how I kind of got interested.
How long have you been training at Tough Team now?
So about 18 months now, yeah, since I first joined.
What did you start off doing?
Training wise?
Yeah.
So I just started, so I hadn't been in the gym for 7 years prior to that. I'd always done no exercise since moving to Perth. So even when I joined here, I just started doing 3 days a week. Just committed to doing that, and yeah, and then it kind of progressed from there. I did the photo shoot last year, so then, obviously we were training a bit more, and yeah.
Comps in how many weeks? 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
And what are you most nervous about leading up to your competition, or what are you nervous about the most on the day?
Definitely just the stage time.
Stage time?
Yeah, I'm not even so stressed about getting into the right physique or anything body-wise. It's just the stage time for me. Yeah, I'm just quite an introverted person, so going on stage definitely terrifies me.
So what part of your preparation, or what are you doing that's working on your nerves in that regard?
So I guess obviously the stage time is your posing routine. So I've just been smashing heaps of hours of posing practice. I just figure the more I do it, the more it's just automatic, so I don't have to think about the posing on the day. So that's just one less stress, I guess.
More familiar.
Stepping on stage, yeah. Yeah, so for me it's just, and posing in front of people as well. I'm going to the group classes, I do it at the gym, I'm just trying to do it around people, and yeah, hopefully that will just help me to not be nervous.
And have you seen the progress that you've made since you first started doing your posing practice?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we did videos in my first few classes and compared to now, so yeah, there's a huge difference, which is
Awesome.
good. So yeah, so I'm feeling more confident about that now, but I'll
Great.
still be nervous on the day, I'm sure.
So you did the photo shoot recently,
Mhm.
and then we moved into more of that comp prep phase. What have you found that's different with your focus and your training compared to your training that you've done previously?
I don't think it's a huge difference, to be honest. Probably just, I guess it's more focused on the areas that, bikini competitors need to be focused on, right? So probably like glutes, shoulders, back, probably more days of that than anything else. But other than that, I feel like, I've always trained pretty hard. I like to think I do. So for me, it's just keep the intensity up. I'm still doing sort of the same amount of days that I was doing before. So yeah, so pretty consistent.
So through the phases, you started with less and managed to keep it. You're only training 7 days right now?
I'm doing 6 days at the moment. So I'm doing 5 days here, and then I kind of do a home abs day. Yeah.
And then you do walking.
Yeah, so walking every day, just half-hour walk in the morning, so nothing too crazy.
And what do you do for your recovery?
So I generally try and get a sauna in every week. I've actually been going and having a massage every couple of weeks as well, which isn't something that I normally do, but I just thought anything that can just help me recover and keep me training as hard as I can at the moment, I'll do it. And then, yeah, just a general bit of downtime on the weekends.
So no double days? Haven't done any massive 2-hour sessions?
No,
Long duration hours and hours of cardio?
no, just my hour session a day, half an hour of walking, which is just steady state, nothing crazy, and yeah, that's it.
And then, don't want to dive too much into nutrition, but what have you found that your nutrition has been like compared to just when you're maintaining or just doing regular body composition?
Yeah, so I do generally eat pretty healthy anyway. So to be honest, the foods that I eat at the moment are not really different to what I would normally eat. It's just being obviously conscious on my calories. So yes, I'm probably eating a little bit less, being in a deficit, but food-wise, same types of food. Yeah, so just keep it consistent.
So how being, not doing all this over-the-top training and not, excessively cutting calories, what do you think is the key for getting great body composition?
Consistency, definitely. Routine. I'm a really scheduled routine person, so I love it. Some people probably just think I'm really boring, but for me, it just works. If it's just, that's what I do at that time every day, I just do it. Like, I just don't have the emotion at all to think, oh, do I really feel like eating that today? Do I want to go to the gym? I just do it. It's just what I do. So I feel like being consistent is what helps me get the outcome that I want.
And so your routine, your lifestyle, you work full time.
Mhm.
You're studying.
Mhm.
You're training.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who have like one of those things as an excuse to why they can't do all of the others.
Yeah.
So how do you manage your schedule with all of those demands?
Yeah, so I just have certain times that I do certain things. My days are very repetitive. My walks in the morning, I go to work, I come to the gym, I get home, it's dinner, shower, study, bed, and then it's just repeat 5 days a week. So I know what I need to get through, and I just plan it in my day so that I do it. If I don't plan it, it doesn't get done. So it's literally in my diary. I have a calendar of my day, and I follow it.
You find that a schedule's easy to execute rather than trying to make decisions on the fly?
Yeah, exactly. Like when we're busy, we all get decision fatigue. We don't want to have to think about, oh, what do I need to get done today? If it's just, the night before, I literally fill in my fitness pal for the next day. So all my food's in there. I don't have to think about what I'm eating. Everything that I need to do that day, if I've got a sauna or a posing class, is in there, and I just, get up in the morning and I just go boom, 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 follow the schedule.
Cool. Well, it's working, huh? So what have your goals been for your first comp?
My goal is I just want to get to the best physique that I can. So that's my goal for my first comp. I guess I'm training and working as hard as I can to win. Like I'm not doing the comp just for the sake of, I just want to get on stage and do the experience. I'm a competitive person. If I'm doing it, I want to go into it knowing that I could do well, but at the same time, I don't expect anything. So I'm not going in expecting to win, expecting to place. I just want to go and execute it, knowing that I got to the best I could with the time that I had.
So that's something we've talked a lot about, and so what would be a win for you?
For me, honestly, like just getting on stage, getting through the posing routine, executing it nicely, and and just knowing that my physique on the day is the best that I could have gotten with, the time and effort that I put in. I can't leave anything on the table. For me, I can't have regrets of getting on stage and thinking, oh, if I just worked harder at the gym or if I just followed my diet better. That's just not an option for me. So I guess the fear of regret is more than the fear of failure at this stage.
You've got a comp coming up in 3 weeks. Have you got any plans for the future after that?
Yeah, it's always hard to answer that when people ask that, because I don't know how I'm going to feel about the comp. I might just hate it and never want to do another one. But I don't think so. For me, the plan is to do more. So definitely, I think the first one, to be honest, is a bit of trial and error. I don't know how I'm going to be on that first day. I'm obviously going to be nervous. The nerves are probably going to show, things like posing that aren't going to be perfect first time round. So I sort of think, get on stage, get it done, see where I sit amongst other competitors, see what I need to improve on, and then get back to work. And then come next year, yeah, I definitely want to do another one and be more competitive.
Yeah, so one of the things that we talked about was like, yeah, seeing what the other competitors were out there, seeing where the next level is at, getting the feedback of, you know, people's opinion. Obviously that's what we're relying on, is people's opinions in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And then taking that for what it is, and then going on working on building and using that as a training tool.
Yeah, and I think feedback's great, then you know where you need to go from there. So, done it. But I was like, let's just do 3 days, because I knew I could do 3 days a week. Do you know what I mean? So I would rather do less and do it 100% than go, I'm going to go to the gym first time after 7 years, I'm going to go 6 days a week, I'm going to smash it, because I just know I'm just going to tank it. It's just not going to happen. So.
Yeah, sometimes people get a little bit upset when they come in and they have these really big goals, and we actually pull them back. They're like, oh, I want to train 5 times a week, and I'm like, probably not a good idea, let's just do 3. And they're like, oh, but you know, don't you want me to get fast results? It's like, no, we want lasting results.
Just,
so sustainable, what you can recover from.
Yeah.
Not just going to come in here and flog you until you're done.
Yeah.
It's always trying to do the least amount of work to elicit the most amount of change.
Yeah.
And whereas a lot of people are trying to do the opposite, they're trying to do the most amount of work, and they usually don't sustain that, and they fizzle. It's like sprinting a marathon. Not that it's a marathon, but short-term goals, long-term mindset.
Yeah, I agree. And it should be, it's a lifestyle for me. You know, people say, oh, what are you going to do after comp prep? And I'm like, probably the same thing I do now. I still train 5 days a week. I'll still eat a healthy diet. Like, nothing really changes, because this is the way that I want to live. This is how I want to identify as this sort of person. So, it's not like I'm just doing it to smash myself and then I'm just going to go back to living a different lifestyle. And I think a lot of people do that though. And then they just, they get all those gains or lose weight, and then, they just reverse and go back to how they were, or worse in some cases. So I always say, you don't become extraordinary by living an ordinary life. So, you look at Olympians, and like you said, people think we're crazy if we want to train all the time and, live this 110% health and fitness lifestyle. But, look at what Olympians are doing. They're not just training an hour a day and living a crazy life. You could say they're living an extreme life. But to get to where they want to be, that's how they've got to live their life, don't they? So,
well, I think for the average person, they're not actually even living an average life. They're living below healthy. With the average person these days is obese.
People will always say to me, why don't you eat normal food? And I always say my diet is the most normal diet in the world.
Well, thanks for the chat today. Been
All right.
good to have you in.
Thanks for having me.
We look forward to catching up with you after your comp.
Post-comp chats.
Yeah, see what happens there.
Yeah.
And
See where we're at. Olympia, here we come.